Now boys, what's going on? This is Yorkie here and welcome back to another episode of this FIFA 23 Blackburn Rovers career mode. And in today we're going to play out the second part of January, already making one transfer in the window so far. We're going to look to continue our really good form in the league. I just wanted to point this out though, Gerard Bowen signed for Newcastle. I actually think that's a really good transfer for Newcastle. Always interesting to see what other teams are doing around the league. Now our league form is brilliant and if we carry on at this rate, we'll be playing against Newcastle next season in the Premier League. 7 points clear at the top of the table. We're going to look to continue that form in this episode. The big thing is how clear we are of Southampton and Norwich at this current moment in time. All that matters is automatic promotion. Don't get me wrong, I'd love a trophy on our way up, but automatic is what matters. We aren't looking to do too much business in this transfer window because I think this squad is more than good enough to get promoted. It's a very good squad. A lot of suggestions now say that Amad Diallo should definitely be signed permanently next season, and I completely agree. We're going to do our damnedest to try and make that happen. I'm not sure Man United will be willing to let him go. Maybe another season loan with a future fee. We'll see what we can do, but that is thinking too far ahead. Staying in the now, Mads Bidstrup joined us in January as a free. Absolutely ridiculous. He's 22. He's got great upsale value, but we shouldn't even be focusing on that. He's extremely good at winning the football back, and he's not bad at driving forward with the ball. I think he's been a well-received transfer as well by you guys. I'm really happy with this signing. But with 9 million left in the transfer kitty, there is still opportunities for us to do more deals. We still may lose one or two players. I'm hoping that's not going to be the case. I'm trying to hold on to everyone as this looks like to be a championship winning season. There is still opportunity for more signings. I'm going to take a look at the transfer list. I'm going to mull it over. I'm not going to record that part. And maybe towards the end of this episode, we will decide if we want to sign somebody else. Before we get there, we've got a long way to go. Now, if you are new, please smash that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well if you're going to enjoy the video. We are growing fantastically at the moment. Let's keep that going. Let's get into our first game of the episode though now, and we are going to be taking on Reading. This is going to be our starting 11. I've gone with Divine today. Got a few tired legs because the January games come thick and fast. As West Ham after this one in the Cup, we don't really care about that. We've seen how we match up against Premiership sides, managing to beat Arsenal, which was fantastic. Dolan and Nelson on the wings. Noah Mad for this game, even though he needs to be playing as many games as possible, so I don't recall him, but he is very tired. Now, this season, we've actually done very well with our rotation. Hopefully, to continue that, Tom Ince, with 3 goals in his last 3 matches, going to have to keep an eye out for him. I'm not fully sure where Reading are in the league table, but I do know they've only got 30 points and we've got 70, so I imagine they're quite low down. I also don't think any game is easy in this competition, so I'm not going to take them lightly. Fine, we'll play that one on tonight. Now, there's been a lot of calls to make sure that Knight gets a lot of football, and he can have as much football as he wants as he plays a perfect ball into Tyrese Campbell, and we take a 1-0 lead. Oh my God, Jason Knight, that was perfect. And that is a perfect way to start the game. Tyrese Campbell, to be fair though, just drifts in behind perfectly. We haven't seen enough goals from our strikers this season. This formation certainly hasn't helped them, but Tyrese Campbell, out of the 2 new strikers that we signed last season, has been the best for me. Not to say that Callum Grant can't do it for us in a Blackburn shirt, but just right now, I feel like Tyrese Campbell's our go-to. Gone up a few ratings as well. I think he was 71 when we signed him, 70 or 71, and he's now 74. I've said it so many times, I don't really know what to do with these, so I'm just going to dink this one forward and just kind of hope for the best. That might actually work. Oh my God, that worked. I've scored my first one of those free kicks and he's bloody offside. Jason Knight scores, but I've seen the flag go up instantly. Maybe that's how we do that. I usually pass them short, but chipping it forward might be the play from now on. It's a great header from Leo. How far off is he? Oh my God, I thought it was closer than that, to be fair. Jason Knight scored a lot of goals last season. Not really got them this season. Bit frustrated for him. Behind now to Mate for Reading. Reece Nelson doing defensive duties. You love to see that. After a really good start, things seem to have slowed down a little bit now. And I'm going to try and play in Tyrese Dolan here, just in behind. Can he take the football? Well, he can, but it didn't really work out for me. Alfie Devine. Going to try and loft that into Tyrese Campbell again, and Tyrese Campbell will make it 2-0. Not such a quiet start. Tyrese Campbell on fire here at the start of the episode. And Alfie Devine playing both those passes in, finally showing what he can do. We're really working on his passing, and it's paying off. Mate there getting through. Ince, who is the danger man, of course, for Reading. Need to keep an eye out for him. He's not really done much. They've still got a man down off the ball. I'm a bit surprised that the referee never blew his whistle. I can see what they're going to try and do with this one, but Serginho puts it wide. They still have a player down. I don't know how big of an injury this is going to be. It's their right back. He went down, though, like 10 minutes ago. He's been down for a long time, and no Reading player fought for a single second to put the ball out. That's a little bit ridiculous. He's still down. Okay, he's back. I was worried then he was going to stay down. They're making the substitution. We've got a replacement right back. Going to start the second half with a substitution. We're going to take off Reece Nelson. Why not? 2-0 up. I do feel pretty comfortable in the 2-0 as well. And Cowell needs the game time. And I waited and waited there for Dolan. Don's going to loft that one in towards Knight. Oh, why did the power shot go off there? It shouldn't do. It's not turned on. I don't know if that had an effect on it hitting the back of the net or not, but Knight is getting in some dangerous positions. Right there, we'll find Devine. He's trying to play it up to Tyrese Campbell. My big issue right now is Tyrese Campbell is knackered. I think that's the next sub we make. I'd love for him to get a hat trick. Of course I would, but I feel like he might be too tired at this point. That's a good ball into Dolan. Oh, he should have been another. Devine can't get to the second ball. Instead, found Sir Genie out. I don't really want to concede here. Can we get back? Reggie Cannon with his pace. Oh, that's a great ball in. What a save, Kaminsky. This surely would only be a consolation if they score, but I want a clean sheet here for Kaminsky. He's definitely earned it. It's nice football now from Reading. Oh, I'd let them get in behind. Reggie Cannon can't get to it. Mate, what a save. Kaminsky keeping the clean sheet alive. Are in this corner where they've brought the goalkeeper up. We should be winning this one 2-0. Win the header. Oh, Kaminsky saves it. Full-time whistle, 2-0 Blackburn. Transfer offers coming in now then. We've got Callum Britton to Watford, going to reject it. I have a transfer offer as well for Harold. And boys, I've been learning. I appreciate the comments and feedback. I believe it's Knudsen. I thought it was Knudsen or Knudsen. I think it's Knudsen. So I don't know. I feel like I'm saying that better. We're going to reject it anyway. It's Inter Milan, but I just wanted to show you that I'm learning. Harry Pickering transfer offer as well from Porto. I mean, it's a decent fee. Harry Pickering's too important to us right now. An offer for Buckley. Now, I would actually think about this one. I like John Buckley, but injuries have hampered him this season. We have the next Morten Gams Pedersen and Devine as well as backup cams, so it would allow them to play more football. 13 million as well, but it's from Rayo Vallecano. I don't see him going there. If it was Premiership, we'd think about it. I've been thinking about this one long and hard, and honestly, I've been super 50-50 with it, but considering Phil Jones actually played for Blackburn and is nearing the end of his career here with Manchester United, he's 31. We're going to sign him. Why not? It's not going to be a big transfer fee. It does mean that we have full rotation now of centre-backs. He'll take rotation. I'm praying he takes a big wage cut. And we would have him for 2 seasons. He's Premiership experience. Whether you like him or not, yes, this may be a bit of a meme signing, but we're going to bring him back. We're going to let him finish his career here. A veteran in the back line isn't a bad idea because we are very young at centre-backs at this current moment in time. We'll bring that little bit of experience. It's a hefty wage, but we are most likely going to be a Premiership side. I am going to be honest, I never thought in any of my saves I would be signing Phil Jones. I don't know why it's come up as £0. The game's been a bit weird and a bit buggy. I'm actually going to go and restart the game after this because it's been very strange, but Phil Jones is a Blackburn Rovers player. Again, a Blackburn Rovers player again. That was indeed a freebie. We sign him. He comes to us and joins us in our Premiership season. Okay, so Phil Jones is a Blackburn player, but not until we reached the point. I didn't even notice that, to be honest with you. It got that weirded out that we were going to sign Phil Jones that I didn't even notice that I never negotiated any kind of transfer fee. Phil Jones joins next season, lads. Be excited. Round of applause in the comments. And just in case you were wondering, Roberto Gagliardini went to Preston North End. He signed a contract there in the end. 29. They've snagged a unbelievable player. It's West Ham up next. We lose it 1-0, so we do save face. I mentioned it. Don't care about the FA Cup. We'll take the defeat. We are out of all competitions now apart from the Championship. It was back to the league and Swansea up next, and we do return with a victory. Campbell and Reece Nelson with the goals. And we have reached deadline day, and I gotta be honest, I actually still think we need a centre-back. I thought Phil Jones was joining us straight away. Considering we only have 3 centre-backs, I think it would make sense right now for me to sign one on this final stretch of the season. I don't actually know who we're going to sign. I would prefer someone who could play for us next season as well, but I don't actually know who that's going to be. There's some good options. I mean, Charlie Cresswell would be decent. Big issue with Charlie Cresswell is he's super slow, and just our style of football, maybe he'll suit a different style of football I'll play at one point. I just spend so much time working on his speed. Now, Philip Newman from Hanover 96, although he's 26, extremely quick. He'd suit my style. Nat Phillips is another one. I think he'd be great. Premiership experience, but he's too slow. Andy Pelmar at FC Basel as well looks really good. Can play left back, but he's got Champions League football, so I think we're going to go for Phil Newman. Now, is it Newman or Neumann? I don't actually know. Now, he should still grow quite a bit. If we can get him to 76, 78, he'll be worth it, and we're going to pay his release clause because otherwise Hanover will not deal with us, and I need to get this deal done. We're under a bit of pressure because it is deadline day. You have to role play a little bit when it comes to this. Now, I would love for him to take rotation, and he actually will. The fact that he's going to take rotation is brilliant because he's not going to complain, and he'll still grow even though he's not getting max minutes. It's not even that expensive a contract. This is a perfect signing for us to suit the rotation. We've talked about rotation a lot this season, but it's really important for us to have good rotation. Now, weirdly, although we've signed Phil Newman, this is Phil Jones. Did the Phils get confused on the motorway? Phil Jones is here. Now, he isn't here, boys. Don't panic. He's not coming until next season, but That's not Phil Newman. So, and it's a Real Madrid shirt. And, oh, no, it's a random shirt. What's going on, FIFA? What's Phil Jones in a random shirt for Blackburn? I just can't. Cut to the next bit. And after a fresh restart, we are now ready to end deadline day. We didn't really have too many offers for players. We had a couple, but none of them made any sense. They were just wild offers from random foreign teams. I'm happy with the squad. I'm happy with the business we've done. We can now move forward and push on with this season and hopefully guarantee promotion as quickly as possible so that I can rest easy. Next up after deadline day was this thriller against Huddersfield. 4-3 in the end. Callum Grant managed to get himself a hat-trick in this one, and Travis picked up a goal as well. 89th minute, Callum Grant gets that all-important winner. It's time for Bournemouth next then, and this gives us the opportunity to put some daylight between ourselves and them at the top of the championship table. And one of the few teams to cause me a lot of problems when playing them. Bournemouth and Southampton, probably two of the hardest sides I've played against, and I'm looking forward to playing them again. Now, Bournemouth were top of the table for a long period of this season, so they'll be looking to make up ground on us. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination this one will be easy. We're going with Callum Grant up top again because, I mean, you score a hat-trick in my book, you get the opportunity to play up top again. If you are in that level of form, I'm not going to take that away from you. Britain there then. Oh, that might be a good ball back into Callum Grant. Just couldn't find him with that pass. But Bournemouth, if I remember correctly, was horrendous to play against on the break to Callum Grant. Callum Grant then just asking for reinforcements, and he's going to get him in the shape of Reece Nelson. And Reece Nelson has scored a few this season. He's not going to do it there with his left foot way wide. Has to do better in those positions. Maybe he should have played that across to Amad Diallo because he's had some good goal-scoring opportunities this season that he's missed. I don't think he would have missed that one. Reece Nelson now trying to loft that one over to Callum Grant. He stretches. He had to stretch for it. It's a great save from the keeper. Anthony now actually one of the players I wouldn't mind looking at in that Premiership season. He's a good winger, so if we can't bring in Amad Diallo, he could be a decent option. Of course, at this stage, though, it seems like you all want us to try and sign Amad Diallo. I don't see any reason why we wouldn't. Nelson will win that. Callum Grant then back across. John Buckley not really had the goal-scoring opportunities that he did last season. That absolutely smashed him in the face there. Yorkiemann now to Amad Diallo. Finds Buckley trying to find Callum Grant. Didn't have the room to get it into him. Buckley then into Nelson. A second opportunity for Reece Nelson. Puts it wide again. The great goal-scoring form he was in early this season just doesn't seem to be here today. This is a wasted opportunity against Bournemouth. Can't keep throwing those chances away. Nothing really to say about that first half, apart from missed opportunities from Reece Nelson. Callum Grant's link-up play in this one, though, so far has been absolutely perfect. And we do have weapons on the bench. I went for Knudsen this time, or Knudsen, sorry. I'm going to get there in the end. We're better than we were. Let's be honest. We're better at the pronunciations than we ever had been. Callum Grant, that would have been perfect. Would have taken all three players out of the way. Grant, just to loft that one into Buckley. Now, Buckley's not been the goal scorer he was last season, but Callum Grant has, and he's going to make it 1-0 Blackburn Rovers. Also just saw at the top that Leroy Sané is signed for Tottenham in this set. That's insane. Great link-up, though, between Grant and Buckley there, and just went for pure power into the top corner, and it worked out perfectly for our number 9. Having a bit of a resurgence here in the second half of the season. We will look for more of that from Callum as this season goes on, because we're going to need it, especially when we go to the Premiership. I can't just replace this entire squad. We're going to need to use the lion's share of this. I think we'll probably get about 20-30 million again. I'm going to have to use the majority of this squad next season. Going with a triple sub now. Knudsen is coming on. Callum Grant is knackered. I think I'm going to swap the striker instruction because I've got them aggressively pressing. But stamina seems to be an issue. Oh, they completely fooled me there. Oh, my God. It's 1-1. I mean, this is a familiar scoreline against Bournemouth. I knew they had the ability to equalise. It's a great free quick. But yeah, I'm just going to change, I think, the striker to stop being aggressively pressing because stamina's a problem for me. But that is, I mean, you can't do naught about that, can you? They fooled me with this first opportunity. I jumped too soon, but this is a perfect free kick. Knudsen. What can he do? Oh, my God. Imagine he scores there. Imagine that's his first Blackburn Rovers goal. Unbelievable. Buckley's just waiting because I'm trying to get that one into Knudsen. I couldn't control it. It's not really going to be his strong point, is it? He's like 6... Oh, my God, they've given me the ball back. Diallo now has been found. Oh, it had to be a perfect ball in. It's just not good enough. There is not much of this game left, and I'm just not sure we're going to find the breakthrough. Ever difficult right now. Brought on Alfie Devine to see what impact he can have. Gustavo Hamer's done... Oh, Amad Diallo. I just said I'm not sure we'll find the breakthrough. It's going to be Amad Diallo. Gustavo Hamer with a brilliant pass to him, and I mean, if there ever had to be a statement that we need to sign Amad Diallo permanently next season in the Premiership, it's that right there. Brooks will get that one out wide. I mean, we're over added on, ref, so if you want to blow up any minute now. That would be brilliant. Reggie Cannon, perfect tackle. 2-1. Are you kidding me, referee? The fact that the ref is blowing up for this is absolutely horrendous. And this is a free kick. That's just not a free kick. He's given a penalty. He's given a penalty with... Oh, my God. With this many minutes added on, I am absolutely fuming. But he's going to go left. And Kaminsky is going to save it. Blow your whistle, ref. You do not deserve to be a referee in this league. 7 minutes later, in added on time, a dodgy penalty and an unreal save from Kaminsky. We finally beat Bournemouth as we are heading, surely now at this stage, for the Premier League. It was Bolton next in the league, 3-1 victory. We keep this great run of form going. With 34 games then, now we are with 85 points. This is becoming pretty comfortable. I think we might actually only have one more episode of this season after this one. We're getting to a point where we can just sim a lot of this, and we're going to be in the Premier League before you know it, lads. Next up, Portsmouth then, and it was Grantham Cowell who started in this one. Grant getting himself another hat-trick this season, and Cowell with a brace. We continue this great run of form up against Sheffield with a 1-0 victory. For the final game of the episode then, lads, we are going to be taking on Brentford. They were relegated, so I like to play against the relegated sides. We can kind of see what potentially we need to be beating if we're going to be in the Premier League next season. Going with Grant again. I can't not. His resurgence of form this back end of the season is unbelievable. Players are really starting to kick up, though, in overall rating. We are seeing some massive improvements, which is filling me with confidence as we move into the Premiership, because we're going to need this core of our team in that Premiership. As part of the squad, we might be able to sign 1 or 2 real top quality players. Enner Valencia there, though, maybe one of those top quality players. You're bringing a veteran who scored 28 goals here in the Championship this season. Maybe he could do a job for us for one season. I guess the major downfall with that, though, he is getting up there in age, isn't he, Enner Valencia? But what a year. He's having Mitro levels of form. If you don't know, he had that unbelievable season last year. Callum Grant again in the starting 11 for us today. And I think thoroughly deserved it, to be honest with you. Could have done with Reece Nelson cutting back door there. He didn't want to. But in the end, we might actually work something out as I get that ball into Rudd. It's a difficult one, and he's pulled it beyond the post. Big moment there for Rudd, and I'm going to need my cams to be able to score these kind of opportunities. But it's just beyond the post this time. Early warning signs for Brentford, though, that we mean business. That was great link-up. Amsgaard could actually be a winger that we looked at. If we fail to get Amad Diallo, which I'm hoping we don't. God, don't give Enner Valencia that kind of room. Top goal scorer this season. Great save from Kaminsky. But yeah, I mean, Damsgaard, he could be one of them. Keep that Denmark theme, because he is very quick. He's good at set pieces as well, you know. Having a set piece specialist never hurts anyone. I'd be intrigued to know where Ivan Toney went, actually, though. We maybe should have checked that, because there's no Ivan Toney in this Brentford squad. And maybe he left them early in last year, and that could be a major reason why they start to fall off. That is terrible from Tyrese Dolan. Can we please stop giving Enner Valencia these opportunities? And number 9, having all the luck. The ball breaking to him perfectly here at the early stages of the game, and you can't afford to give him that. Tyrese Dolan there winning the header, and then Callum Grant will... I don't know what he'll do, but we do get it clear in the end, and we need to just start to focus a little bit now as Rudd tries to move that one forward, and we give the ball away again, and this is becoming a little bit sloppy from Blackburn at the moment, and if we're not careful, we will be punished. Great defending from Newman. Nelson finds Grant. Did he time it right? I think he did. The flag has stayed down. I thought the flag was going to stay down and Rudd was in. He actually could have been quite far off. I thought it was the fullback playing him on, and the fullback nearly does play him on. Free kick for Brentford now. That's a good ball in. Mads needs to win that header. He's never going to, and Kaminsky here at the start of this match has been clutch. The way they use Enner Valencia is actually super interesting. They kind of link up the way we do. Newman is coming in with some big blocks, and God, Kaminsky is coming in with some big saves. Nelson there finds Rudd. To Callum Grant, who's going to play in Reece Nelson. And in this position early this season, he's been dangerous, but Pinnock again just making up ground very quickly. Maybe Pinnock, someone we should look at. That is the half, and Enner Valencia so far the story in this one. He's had more than 2 attempts. I don't know why it's only saying 2. We've totaled at least, I think, 3 or 4 attempts. He's been the danger man, and we haven't been able to stop him having opportunities. Damsgaard being found at will now. Spence not having the greatest of defensive games. Not having the greatest of games. Not really been involved in it. And Buemo, great block cannon. It's time to see Tyrese Campbell. Callum Grant had pretty decent performance. He's linked up play well. He's created opportunities for his teammates that they've just not taken. Can't really ask much more from him. Let's see if Tyrese Campbell can come on and just impact this game a little bit. Oh my God, and Buemo. Kaminsky's having the biggest impact right now. That man is just saving absolutely everything. To that Dolan. Oh, we just can't clear it though after we get to it. We can now. What can Rudd do? He just needs runners, doesn't he? And he's not going to get them. And we're really struggling to get out of our own box. They're just pinning me back. Nelson is going to try and play that one in to Tyrese Campbell. Tyrese Campbell can pull it back and cut across. And he's going to play it across there to Spence. I don't know why Knight didn't keep running, because you don't want Spence taking that shot. I needed Knight to keep his run going. At this stage, 0-0 wouldn't be a bad result here against Brentford, to be 100% honest, because they've been all over me. That is lovely. Oh, and Valencia. Oh, my God. Newman, this is my first time using him, has been brilliant in this game. Nelson now finds Tyrese Campbell. Tyrese Campbell trying to find Rudd. It's actually worked out. Rudd. What can he do? Rudd now brought it all the way in. And then terrible step back. Should have played the ball sooner. Just don't feel super confident with his passing at the minute. And that is probably why we didn't play the ball that we needed to. If that's Buckley, I'd probably pass it. It's going to be 0-0. I'll take that because this was a very difficult game. The fact that Kaminsky stopped Enner Valencia scoring is unbelievable. And after 37 games played, we sit top of the championship. Now, I don't actually know what the record points total is, but we might hit that. Because only 5 draws this season. That's what's changed. Instead of the draws, we've converted them into victories. We drew a lot last season. I think the rotation and the personnel that we brought in has just been fantastic. So I do think that the next episode will be the final episode. I mean, there's no need to draw this out any longer than it should be. Let's get ourselves into the Premiership season here with Blackburn. But that's going to be it for this one. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for watching. If you're around here, please smash that subscribe button as we continue to grow, and I will see you in the next one.